Hey everyone, I'm Sarah with Fisher Price Ranch. First off, hit that subscription button down below and the notification bell for updates on our next videos. So today is officially the day of the drawing on the goat. So I will show you Cannoli. He is officially 12 weeks old today and ready to go. And I only had 14 people enter the contest. So a pretty small amount, but that's okay. And so I got all the names written down, and we'll just do a quick drawing to see who gets to take Cannoli home. This is Jubilee. This is Cannoli's mama. She's ready for him to go. There he is. Hey Cannoli, how you doing, big boy? How you doing, huh? You ready to go to your new home, pretty boy? Huh? Alright guys, so moment of truth. Let me turn that down. So what I did is I took everybody's name, wrote it on a piece of paper, and just put it on little clips. So that's everybody right there. And I'll just put it in my hat and shake it around, and we're going to figure out who gets to take home Cannoli. You gonna pick, Jubilee? You gonna pick for us? She's looking at it. You gonna pick it? No? She changed her mind. I thought maybe she'd pick the name. Alright. We're just gonna get everybody mixed around. Are you excited? Alright, so we've got one. And the winner of Cannoli is so today is finally the day. We are going to re-fence this buck pen. Behind us we've got to tear down that old fencing and pull out the old T-post, and then we can get started building it up. It's a windy day today, kind of sunny on and off. So I burn easily. I gotta wear my hat. But anyway, I'll kind of do little short clips throughout as we build it up. Alright, so we got our corner post staked in pretty good. What we did was we took some twine to run our line straight down. And then we got our fencing strung out. Got our first row of T-posts in. We did this good corner post good with supports. Now we'll be ready to run it that way to the corner of the shed. Alright guys, so we've been working pretty hard getting our T-post in, running our string to make sure everything's even. We got the fence strung up. We just need to pull it tight and tie it on, and we got it around the corner here. And then we ran all these T-posts all the way down, and we're putting all of our supports. We got our next T-post started for the end of the chute. So that's kind of our end, and then it'll split the pasture and go over to this T-post, which we now have a support on that. So over there's their courtyard. And then from here all the way over to there is their first little pasture. And then we will fence it right along the gravel line roughly and go behind the house there, the little trailer house. And behind that cart, you can see the T-post right there. So we'll go right along there all the way up and then over this way. And that will be their second pasture. So we're getting ready to move the truck, and we're going to use that to help pull our fence tight, and then we'll get that tied together. Alright, so we backed his truck up. We're using the ball to tie our straps to. And then we put this pole here, weaved it through the fence, and then we tied the straps to that, and now we're going to tighten it. So as we tighten it, you'll see the fence will start to tighten.
Bottom's pulling tighter first.
Yeah. All right, so our issue is our bottom has pulled tight before the top of the fence. So if you look, the bottom of the fence is tight up against the poles, so we're going to have to redo it. All right, so all I did was pulled on this as tight as I could, so that way the straps are going evenly. And now we're finishing the tightening on the fence.
Pretty tight.
So now you can see all we got to do now is tie it to all of our poles. Alright, so we got the fence tied all the way down. Our one issue that we realized was when we tied the fence at the corner here, it wasn't exactly straight. So the top, as you can see, wasn't tight enough. So we're having to tie the top of the fence a little bit tighter so it's not so loose. Alright, so we're getting ready to undo it, and this will be a moment of truth. If the fence takes off, obviously we didn't do it right. If it stays put, then we did good. Alright, the fence didn't move, so we did good. So now we take it all apart, and now we got to string the fence that way to the gate. Alright, so we didn't get super far today, but we did put up this fence that goes to the shed. And we got to pull the bottom tight because the way that the ground is, it's not level. So we'll pull that bottom tight, but the top looks good. And then this is where another gate will go to get into the chute. I got to move my pile of materials here so it's all out of the way. And then we moved everything that was up there down where it's gonna go. We're gonna reuse this camper shell as a shelter. And then I got the playground started. Thor's already checking it out. So here's our little playground. I'm gonna put a piece of plywood on that. Excuse me, a piece of plywood on that. And that'll be their playground. We'll add a couple more spools that I've got. And so anyway, we didn't do a whole lot today though. We needed a little bit of a break. But so we did get that fence line done, and then we've got this little section kind of figured out. We just got to run this little piece of fencing across to there, and then we need to figure out where our gates are going to go over here before we can run the chute fencing from there all the way up to match with this T-post. But from wherever we figure out where the pole is going to go for the gate, from that pole we'll go across to right there. That'll split the pastures, and then we got to fence in this big corner over here. Alright guys, I do want to give a quick update. It has been about 30 hours since I did my soil blocks and planted my seed. And to show you how awesome my dirt is with the goat manure, I've already got sprouts. Now I looked this up, and these sprouts take about 3 to 4 days before they germinate, and they did it in about 30 hours. Pretty freaking awesome. Alright, so I was looking at these again. I don't know if you guys can see that one, but that's our first start of a cauliflower. And those take 10 to 14 days to germinate, and it took it 30 hours. Alright guys, so it's pretty much done. All we're doing is waiting on our pieces for our fences, or I'm sorry, for our gates, so we can put the gates on. But other than that, it's pretty much done, other than we got to finish the house and the playground. But I mean, as far as the fencing goes, it's finished. So as you walk in this gate, this is our courtyard. This is where the bucks will hang out probably the most. We've got water trough, we've got their feeder, which I have to revamp because they've destroyed it. They somehow got the roofing metal out here. They're going to cut themselves, so I got to rip that all out and fix this up a little bit. We're going to still use the camper as their house, but we're going to put it up higher. So we're going to use, as we normally do, we're going to use pallets. We're going to build a nice big wall, and then we're going to set this on top of the pallets. So this will be sitting above ground about 4 feet. So I could walk in there without bending down. So that's what this is sitting here for. This is the start of their playground. I gotta work on the plywood. I need to cut some of it off and cover all these holes so they don't get any feet caught. But that'll be kind of a little ramp that they can play on. And then I'm gonna add some more spools over here for them to kind of jump around and hang out. And then I'll show you a quick view this way. So that is their new pen. So show you how it works. So when they go out this gate, obviously there's going to be a gate here so they can't get out. But this will be the chute, and it goes all the way down. And this will pretty much always be open. We're going to try and have at least one of these open, but we're going to plant grass out here. But here's Thor's jump gate for the livestock dogs to get into. And then we'll have a gate here, and it'll go into this pasture. So it'll go over to this fence and all that. And then this will be the second pasture. Here's the gate. And this will be the bigger pasture. It goes all the way over to the fence over there. So we'll plant grass out here so we can rotate between the two pastures. We're only going to have like 3 bucks at a time, so not very many goats. So this amount will be plenty sufficient for them. I think it's about a 1/4 acre total. So anyway, very excited. Here's kind of the outside where we had our gravel. So once this is all planted, we'll kind of move the gravel in so it looks nice and level. And then we got to put the gate back on for Thor's area. But that's what it looks like. Alright guys, so that's kind of what we did for the new buck pen. We need to work on pasture, but first I will do a new video, and it's going to be how I set up the electric fencing. We always use electric wire, so I'll do a separate video on that, on how it's set up. And then we'll get our gates on, and once the electric is in and the gates are on, we can move the boys in. Alright, there is the name. I didn't get the full name because it's super long, but it's Ashley Outdoors. Congratulations, you get to take Cannoli home. Alright, well congratulations, and if you guys haven't seen their video or their channel, go subscribe over at theirs, at Ashley Outdoors. And anyway, definitely message down below that you've seen this, and I'll get in contact with you on how and when to pick up cannoli. Congratulations!